Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. And now, celebrating 15 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM or through WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, those joining us through our online affiliates, including iHeartRadio, we're glad you all could be with us as well. I am so excited and honored to welcome Mikaela Hoover to our program today. Now, she's someone, when you hear that name, she's been a part of some great projects for television and film. In fact, it was recently broken on BroadwayWorld.com that she's a part of a brand new cast for a new comedic film called Guest House that's coming out next year. We'll talk to her a little bit about that, but also about this journey for her, what it's been like for her to do what she loves, and the way that she's been able to inspire other people along the way. Mikaela, hello to you, and welcome to the program.
Hello, Cyrus. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me on.
Well, look, great to meet you as well, Mikaela. So excited about this. I was really happy about the opportunity to speak with you because I think not only, of course, you've been able to do, what you love as an actress, Mikaela, but you have been, as I said, an example for others as to what they can achieve. I mean, what has that dual blessing been like for you to be able to find happiness for yourself, but also know that you're able to inspire others?
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. I got into this business because other people inspired me to. I mean, I looked up to so many amazing actresses that I wanted to embody and wanted to look up to, and so to hear you say that makes my day and makes me so happy. It's been a journey, and it's been a fantastic one, and it's had its ups and downs as any, but I'm very grateful to be where I am.
And like I said, you've been a part of some amazing projects for television and also for films, including, like I said, it was recently announced you're being a part of a brand new project. Is that also part of the fun for you, Mikaela, that you're able to slip on different skin from project to project and to bring different types of characters to life? Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun. This recent project was a different role than I usually play. I'm usually pretty upbeat and happy, and this role was kind of a Debbie Downer, which I actually really enjoyed playing. She was a lot of fun for Guest House. So, it's great to be able to step into different characters and explore my range as an actress, and it's been amazing.
Well, I think that's one of the cool things for sure. I mentioned to you before we began the segment, Mikaela, that one of the things I do when I'm prepping for a show like this, I like to know the things you've already talked about, for one, so we don't have to keep talking about the same thing, right? I mean, we can talk about different things, but also to kind of give our audience a feel of, I think, your journey. And one of the things I noticed in an interview, you talked about how you're one of those people who knew going into this that not every door was going to be a yes. You knew that every opportunity was not going to be there. How did that help to prepare you? Because I think a lot of times people just think, I'm going to move to Los Angeles, I'm going to move to New York, and everything's just going to open up for me because I'm so great. I mean, how were you prepared for the reality?
Well, it couldn't have been a different experience for me. I mean, as going in and being like, all these doors are going to open up, I knew that it was going to be difficult. I don't think that I had a full grasp on how difficult it was going to be. I don't think that people realize that, going into the entertainment business, you hear so many more no's than you hear yeses. I mean, so many more no's. So you really, really have to have thick skin and know who you are and be able to look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and know that you made all the right choices that you could make for yourself and that you love yourself and that you're okay and stay as grounded as possible. I mean, there's times when I've kind of lost myself and I've had to come back to that because there is so much rejection in this business. And I think that people think that, like you said, they're going to move to Los Angeles, they're going to move to New York, and doors are just going to open up and it's going to be this magical journey. And the journey is magical because the journey it teaches you so much about yourself, because you have so much rejection. It teaches you really if this is what you really truly want to do and what your heart wants to do, because it's hard. It's not easy, and if you can stand all the rejection and all the no's just for a couple of yeses or maybe one or two, then you're in the right business. But if not, maybe try something a little safer.
That could not have been put better, Mikaela, because I think the thing that you have shown is that you're not afraid of the no's. So I want to talk about the opposite side of that, though. I mean, when you get the yeses, and you've gotten some pretty big yeses, does that make it even sweeter for you that you've been able to not only, of course, to get in the door, but to have it open up to such great opportunities for you?
Yes, it makes me grateful, but I'm just as I work just as hard for the you a lot of people don't realize you audition so much. So I'm auditioning every day, and for every audition I'm working so hard and putting 100% into it. So even when you hear the no's, knowing that you did the best that you can, sometimes that's you just weren't right for the character, and you didn't look the right way, or you didn't there's so many different things. So when I hear the yeses, I think I used to be so like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, but now I'm like, the no's and the yeses are kind of on the same playing field, because I work just as hard for all of them, and I've become proud of myself for putting in the work for all of it. But yes, of course, I mean, you hear a yes and on a project that you really want, and you can't help but get so excited, but you have to keep yourself grounded on those too, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, when I first graduated college, I auditioned for a show that was supposed to be the biggest thing, and it was one of my first auditions, and I was all over buses and billboards, and I thought, oh, I've made it, and I was so excited, and I got my hopes up, like, oh, Hollywood's so easy, and that didn't end up going anywhere. So you just never know. So you, like I said, you really have to enjoy the process of acting and not care as much about, great to get a project, it helps pay your bills, it helps, you get to play that role, but you can't let that control your life, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. It definitely makes perfect sense. And I think, again, for our audience to hear that from you, Mikaela, reminds them of the reality of the business, because it is the entertainment business. And I think a lot of times we forget that part of it. We just think about the entertainment, right? And, and the red carpets and and that part, instead of thinking about the work.
Side. Yeah, well, you think that's what I thought as a little girl looking into it is, oh my gosh, it's so glamorous, it's so amazing, and it's not all glamorous. You guys get to see the glamour part, which I'm jealous, because now I know everything that goes into it, and I'm like, oh, but it is great. I love getting dressed up and doing red carpets and doing all that, but when I'm not getting dressed up or on set, or I'm in sweatpants and a sweatshirt, I mean, and no makeup. My life is not glamorous at all. So it just appears that way.
Well, I tell you, it's been great that you've been able to share that, though, with your fans. We're going to talk about more about that aspect. Mikaela, I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. Excited to welcome actress Mikaela Hoover to our program today. And really, you're more than just an actress. I should say you're a model as well as a humanitarian. The other thing I want to talk to you about, Mikaela, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Guest House. I know you can't tell us a whole lot, but the other aspect of your life that I think is so interesting is that you have the spotlight on you, but you've been able to reflect that light on causes that matter to you. Why was that important for you to make sure that you did, that you're able to bring attention to things that matter to you and to bring that to the forefront?
Well, in my opinion, it is my social responsibility. I've been given this platform, and my job, because I have been fortunate enough to be in this role, is to help spread awareness of different causes that I believe in and that are dear to my heart. And that, to me, has been the most wonderful aspect I've been given with this business. I'm beyond grateful, and I've been able to shed light on, like I said, causes that are near and dear to my heart. I've done some stuff with Make-A-Wish, which has been incredible. I'm an ambassador for the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, and that's what makes my heart happy, and that's what feeds my heart. So to be able to spread that, it has been incredible.
Right. That's it. And I think there's another side too. And again, this is the side of celebrity again that I don't think, individuals like yourself get enough credit for, Mikaela, because again, it's not just about you. You have made it about other people. There was a post you made on Instagram, and for those who are not following Mikaela on Instagram, she's made it very easy. It's just Mikaela. It's just her first name. But you on February the 20th, and I promise you, Mikaela, I'm not stalking you, but on February the 20th, you posted. You posted a meme that says, I am thankful for, and it has different things. And in the post you said, lately when I wake up in the morning, I say out loud 3 things I am grateful for. Even on my darkest days when my brain tells me awful things about myself and the world, and I can only see my cup is half empty, I am teaching my mind to be thankful I even have a cup. I want to talk about the gratitude. Where do you think that part of it comes from, the importance of focusing on the gratitude, but also realizing the importance of those little things, for one, that you even have a cup?
I mean, for one, that I there's so many little things that I'm grateful for that I forget. I went into, I had a pretty rough breakup about a year and a half ago, and I went into a pretty dark place, and instead of focusing on the things that I was grateful for, I just kind of got stuck in that negativity. And it's so easy to get stuck in that negativity, and your brain wants to tell you things that aren't necessarily true about yourself, and you believe things, and it's just like an ongoing cycle. So I started to read a lot, and I as a lot of people do during breakups, they start to find themselves and who they are and reevaluate things. And I just had to really look at myself in the mirror and be like, you're so blessed. You're so lucky. You have a roof over your head. You have a family that loves you. You have friends that like little things that granted, I have clean water in the morning. I have food on my plate. There's just so many things that we forget, that we criticize ourselves so much that we forget to be thankful for the things that so many people don't have. I mean, we're so lucky. And I was forgetting that. So it was good to come back to that. And like I said, every morning I name 3 things that I'm grateful for that are little things. And they say it takes, I think, 21 days to really start feeling that, and feeling that gratitude of every day. You look in the mirror and you're so grateful, and you're so happy to be alive. And it just kind of changed my brain into thinking more gratitude instead of what I don't have.
I think that's it, and I think that is the great thing for sure. So as I mentioned, it was recently reported, of course, about the new comedic film, Guest House. I found out about it through your publicist, Zach Tepperman. And so I know you can't tell us a whole lot, but I want to talk about what it was like for you to work with such a talented cast on that project.
Oh, my gosh, it was amazing. I mean, all of the cast were so much fun. Pauly Shore, I watched as a younger girl and just loved all of his movies so much. So to be able to work with such a comedic genius was incredible. Amy Teagarden, I absolutely love. Steve-O was on the project. I mean, Billy Zane, who's pretty much a legend. I mean, it was such a fun time. And I'm very thankful that I got to work on it.
So it gives us something to be able to look forward to. Last thing I want to ask you about, Mikaela, and again, I appreciate the time. I want to talk about the what's next, because it seems like you have kind of mastered something that I work on, and that is being able to be present with where you are and not think so far ahead. I know a lot of times it's so difficult to do that, right? I mean, because you want to be better, but then you also want to appreciate where you are. What advice do you have for others about the importance of appreciating the present?
Well, I see actors on movies or on TV. This was a couple years ago. I was working on a big movie, and I saw an actor who, instead of being grateful for being on that movie, he was working on an audition for the next movie. And he was so focused on that audition for the next movie instead of just being present and grateful that he was on that film. And that taught me a lot. I think that a lot of actors, while they're filming a project, are like, oh, well, I'm auditioning for this next thing, and what do I have to have lined up? And it's like, I just want to be happy where I am on what project I am, and really just live presently as full as I can on that project. So I have some things that are coming up. Like I said, I just wrapped Guest House, and so I'm, I have some great things coming up, but I was very present in that. So we'll see what's on the horizon, but I think some really, really big stuff.
Well, if the past has been any indication, Mikaela, I think you're right about that. I think definitely some big stuff
Thank you so
for
much.
sure. Again, everyone, Mikaela Hoover has
you.
been our guest. Great conversation with you, Mikaela. As I mentioned, you guys
I'm
can follow
so
her on
grateful.
Instagram at Simply Mikaela. Is that the best place for them to find you, Mikaela, just on Instagram?
Yeah, that's the only social media I do is Instagram. So that's another thing about trying to be more present. I'm not a big social media person, but definitely on Instagram, would be the best way. So.
All right. So make sure you guys are definitely following her. There are almost a million followers there on Instagram, so you guys will definitely be in good company. Mikaela, again, congratulations to you. Yeah, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you so much. It was so great to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure's definitely all mine. All right. Sounds great. And we definitely want to thank Zach Tepperman for setting up this chat for us today. And thank all of you for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late, you missed part of the conversation with Mikaela, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites. So head over to facebook.com/CyrusWebb or go to twitter.com/CyrusWebb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make it a great one.